looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like, going to decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
Up top with the quick hook. Well, his opponent got away from that uppercut.
Keep moving, keep moving. Move, 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 move. Keep moving around the ring. Pace yourself. Back to the body.
Good looking uppercut that time. Left hand came after the jab. Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. Minute and a half to go. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Left to the body. More than one punch downstairs. That can be damaging. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Off the mark there.
Stay away from the inside.
Good scoring shot. It was a straight right.
Keep it tight inside.
Well, he's committed to the left hand and it's paying off here.
Use the jab.
Coming to the end of round number 5, last 10 seconds.
Listen, I don't want to see you against the ropes. As soon as you feel the ropes, move out. Look, you're standing straight up. Move that body. You need to move that body more.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the jab pumping and throw the lead right hand, all right? I mean, you are winning this fight. Keep circling. Don't stand in front of him.
Start of this round, start to the second half of this fight. First half of this fight, he completely dominated the action, Teddy.
Yeah, but you know what? It's kind of like they said in that movie, The Gambler. You know, they don't pay off at halftime. remember the guy wanted to
Absolutely.
Well, same thing. He's got another half of the fight. Can he be consistent? Can he keep his concentration? Can he keep doing what he's been doing?
Wow, is he defensively sound. He has found his groove with his right hand. And now he's targeting upstairs. Well, maybe one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing. We're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. Good right hand. Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. Nice work with the left hand. Fires off the hook. Look at that.
Inside!
Back and forth exchange. Not the most accurate uppercut you'll see. And round 6 comes to an
That
end.
is it. That's
Listen,
it. I
he's
need a round like like that,
guy.
just
He
like
knows
that,
the
all right?
truth of the
Doing
situation.
good.
That's a really bad cut. The kind that can end a fight.
Yeah, he has the gamble right. You know, just got last call in the casino. They just said, you know, you got 3 more rolls of the dice. He's got to roll him. He's got to blow on him. He's got to do everything.
Well placed, straight right hand. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head.
You got this one.
Way to block there. He's trying to score up top, off the mark there. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Gets rid of that body shot. Accurate shot, straight right hand comes in. Halfway through the 7th round. And he just turns that hook up top and it does damage. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Teddy, this is like a horror film in this ring right now. There's blood everywhere coming from that cut of his.
Yeah, well, the only thing that matters right now is Freddy Krueger needs to throw a good left hook.
Good shot to the head with his right hand. He is down on the floor after taking that shot.
And there's a lot of time left down.
Well, not all knockdowns are created equal. I think the knockout victim here is actually pretty fine.
Yeah, that was a flash knockdown. You know, he went down, he got up right away. Now what he has to make sure he doesn't go past that flash point.
You're fighting this fight. You're fighting on the...
Round number 8 is underway, and Teddy, a chance to look at your scorecard. You got him up pretty good. We often use that word judicious in describing a fighter. Picking your spots and being effective when you do.
Well, that's a good point, Joe, and that's exactly what he's doing. You know, he's making him do what he wants to do without even coming forward. You know, he's pushing him all over the ring, but not with any physical force. Just by making sure he can force the guy mentally, that he makes the guy feel a certain amount of pressure. It makes the guy react the way he wants him to react.
Well, Teddy, you get in a spot like this, and everybody has their eyes on the fighter who was just knocked down in the last round. What do you look for? What tells you right away that you know what his status is?
Well, it's 2 things. The easiest one is the legs, Joe. I want to see if they're steady, if they're firm, if he's okay. But the next thing is his personality, believe it or not. It's kind of like when you go out to a bar with someone, they have a few drinks, and all of a sudden they're a different person. You know they're drunk. Well, I want to see whether or not my fighter's drunk. If he starts rushing at the guy, starts acting in a way that he's never acted before, I know it's time to pull the plug.
Overhand right can be so effective. And now he's targeting upstairs. That right hand serving him well. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head.
Stay focused on the inside.
Scores well to the head with the right hand. And now he's targeting upstairs. Clock counting down here in round number 8. 10 seconds to go. End of the round of what has been a very close and highly competitive fight. Teddy, how do you see this right now?
I see it almost dead even. And I see whoever finishes the round, because in these kind of tight rounds, if you finish up good, the judges remember that.
There's a nice left hand able to get in. Fires right back at him. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Off to the, just hit a big uppercut. He's in bad shape. Oh, he's hurt right there. He is hurt. You know, his opponent's doing a good job just being patient now and looking for that one good shot.
Well, you know, the landscape of this business, the history of this business is littered with guys that they've had someone hurt, they get a little careless, they get caught. We better watch out that he doesn't get put on that landscape.
Missed that shot up top. Blocks away that head shot. Goes up top with the right hand. And now he's targeting upstairs. Able to place the right hand in there. And you see what he can do when he sends it right to the head. Blocks that part. And that's the end of round 9. Both these guys with swollen eyes, faces cut up. They are spray painting this ringside area red, Teddy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, it looks like a carnival, but there's nothing funny going on in that ring.
Little head hunting never hurt, does it with the hook. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Just off the mark.
That's my fight. I was fighting aggressive in the beginning. I could have won this fight out boxing, but this is my warm up. This is my warm up.
So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So one of the ways he survives is if he's been taught. Have good habits, have good fundamentals been put there. You're going to find out right now. He needs them right now.
You see, he comes over the top with that right hand, a real solid shot. He scores with the left. Obviously, defense becomes so important for him now. That cut around the eyes could stop this fight at any point. What should he be trying to do here defensively?
Yeah, brawler.
Well, obviously, it's got to be one of two things. You're either going to be winning your head, or you're going to be using those legs right now.
Protecting his head well with his guard. Standing toe-to-toe right there, exchanging blows. Off the mark.
That's my fault.
Well, this was a very, very good fight. Close.
That was my fault.
Decision. Teddy, your scorecard falls in line, and everybody here in the arena knows exactly what happened tonight.
Yeah, this was...
I'm glad they got me to fight him first. That was a good warm up for me. I've been away for a while.
Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the Metro Manila Arena here in the Philippines for our main event. 10 rounds of heavyweight action. Round number 1 is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. Good, strong combo. Takes one.
Yeah, he's so beautiful. You know that?
With the right hand. Took a shot. Now he gives a left. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs.
Oh, he's slow-footed.
Good job protecting himself. Brings the hook that time. The old 1-2 scores for him. He scored well after being hit himself. And he's able to put his punches together. That's a nice looking combo.
Well, that's the benefit of 2 and 3 instead of 1.
Very nice defensive guard there. Good defensive skill.
You're still not moving enough. Move!
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by the natural. Red hot action to open up this fight. Both men throwing, both men landing.
It's been a long time since I've seen something like this. I think it was in a film library. Watchman Henry Hank, the great Henry Armstrong. Never took a step backward, kept going forward.
The minute work downstairs with the left. We come to the end of this round. Teddy, a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strength your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, not a guy coming at him.
You're not
with a
giving me
lot
the
of
double
TNT
jab.
in his gloves,
You're
but
only
coming
giving me
forward
one
where
jab at
my
a
guy
time,
is
okay?
well
You
suited,
got that?
he can pick him off a little bit.
Listen to me. You're getting caught up.
two is underway. More than one, and it's just what he wants. Really on the mark with that over-the-top shot with the right hand.
Keep working the bottom.
Nice combination, landing more than one. Both were able to score.
Let's see some more heavy. Let's see some more heavy. Get out of the way.
What are you, an inside fighter or a brawler? He's stupid as
A
hell.
little give and take, and here comes the left hand. He clearly came in with a strategy here tonight, Teddy, and so many times it's, hey, I'm going to bang that drum.
Yeah, he is banging that drum. That drum happens to be the body. And he figures that he's going to try to move on him. So start doing it early on. And later on, he's going to have a guy in front of him.
The Natural showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo. Completely missing that punch.
Hey, you got to get some of that too. Now, come on, let's go.
Oh, he just want to run. Oh, okay. With power.
Just 10 seconds to go here in the second round. That hook was well off the mark. Joe and Teddy with you here in between rounds. A round in which, boy, he really just dominated his opponent. Teddy, he's got to think things could be coming to a sensational ending for him when he gets off the stool here.
Well, he's showing that to you right now. I'm looking at him right now. And he's starting to get up. There's a couple seconds left. There's probably 5 seconds left before he has to get up. And he's getting up early. That shows you right what you're talking about. He's chomping at the bit. He's confident.
Now that backhand, the straight left hand scores well for him. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by the Natural. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Not able to land the headshot. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Scores with the uppercut.
With a hard puncher though. With a hard puncher though. With a hard puncher though.
Comes in early on in this fight from him.
Well, he understood that his opponent, Joe, was a slow starter. He's jumping right on him, taking advantage.
The Natural's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination.
I think he won this round. Me being reckless, man.
Unable to score with the uppercut that time.
I see he got power. I see he got power. Why am I like rushing? Right.
Keep your range and jab right, okay? Now listen, I want you to pick his jabs.
He's been on target with his attack. Good, accurate punching as we begin round number 4 here, and he's up 3.
So I'm winning.
Your scorecard, Teddy.
Good counter punching. When you're counter punching the right way, you're usually getting clean shots. He's getting them.
Takes one, but go downstairs, but off target. Blocks a shot and then does nicely to work on his own. The Natural's completely missing the jab, and when that's not there, you're gonna dug yourself a big hole.
Now that's like saying I want to go swimming. Guess what? There's no water. You need water to swim. You need jab to fight, to set things up.
Bitch ass nigga.
He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Nice work, the left hand to the head. The Natural's landing a combination here. That's what he does when he's at his very best. Nice work with the overhand right. Nice work with the jab on the outside. The Natural's left working well that time. Good return fire that time. The Natural's on the bad end of a flush, solid hook. Good combination to the body.
Bitch.
Badly there. He may hit the floor. End of the round here. And you can see that label of volume puncher was made.
That boy cooked all that whole ass running.
Yeah, he doesn't care really where he hits you. It makes you think of those stories you used to hear in the old days. Maybe your grandfather, maybe your father talked about Rocky Marciano. Loved that guy, former heavyweight champion of the world. He'd hit you anyway. He didn't care. Back of the head, he hits on the arm. And he said, yeah, this guy doesn't care. He just...
The Natural's offense has nearly left the building. But that has a lot to do with the fact that he was hurt earlier. He got tagged.
Now he's got to find a way to beat the fighter.
I'm going LB like that's the black spot.
Before it's too late.
This dude's garbage.
You're not focusing.
Nice. Real nice. Right to the head with that right. The Natural's way off the mark. That punch didn't have a chance.
Bob so used to run and he don't know how to come forward.
Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
You are garbage. All right, let me pick you apart. Let me pick you apart then. Let me pick you apart. I know you got power like a motherfucker. Got more power than this outside fighter, but guess what? You ain't faster. You ain't faster. Nope, you gotta reach in. Yeah, you getting cooked. Nope, that ain't enough. I'm looking for the straight. I'm looking for the straight.
Maybe he doesn't want to. You know, guys start to deteriorate, not just physically, outside,
Yeah, he
but
cooked.
inside. Maybe he's given up already. And maybe he doesn't want to fall down. He knows everybody's going to see that. But maybe this is his
He's
way of
trash.
getting out of there.
He really trying to play defense against me.
And now a little combination punching, landing both shots.
He's cooked. He's cooked.
And now we got a fight.
Nope.
He fires back a right hand of his own. Missed that uppercut.
Nope, ain't gonna be no more slide straights. You gotta come in.
And there he is scoring with the right hand. Well, he's got the attitude. Something's got to stick. He fires off the combination, and they both do. He missed with that headshot. There's the old 1-2.
There you go.
No.
Good exchange. He
No.
fires back.
No. No.
Comes right back at him with a left hand.
See that coming, champ. Let's go. You see that?
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by the natural. And there's the left hand working well for him again. Here's a moment here as you see the step back counter punch where you realize this is the sweet science, not just some raw savagery swinging out there.
Look at the little subtleties here, Joe. What he does is he forces him into a position to stop the punch. And then when he stops, steps back, makes a miss, and comes right back.
He's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Working our way towards the bell. Last 10 seconds of the sixth. The natural's back in his corner after that last round comes to an end. A round that I think he won, and we haven't said that about previous rounds, but that one clearly I think he won.
Yeah, he made some adjustments. You know, his attitude is a little bit better. He's more aggressive. But, you know, you can be more aggressive and you can lose the rounds even bigger because now you're walking into more punches. He's making adjustments. He's starting to move his head a little bit. He's starting to pick up certain opportunities from counters. He's starting to look like a smarter fighter now.
Able to get rid of that one. Well-placed, well-timed combo up top. Now, this is exactly what I love about an offensive fighter, Kenny. A guy who's able to put together the multi-punch combinations and make it look like he's just a sweet science.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you can do when you have good fundamentals. Not just good physical ability. That's only part of the but just good technical ability. And that's what he's doing. He's snapping his punches. They're nice, they're clean, they're crisp, they're short. They're together.
The natural's punch is far off the target. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. 90 seconds to go here in this round. He digs in, trying to bank away body shots with the combo.
Come on now.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Good fundamental work, landing the 1-2 there. There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing is taking his opponent's jab away.
He took a shot, but he gets one of his own. A left hand scores. The natural's blocking ability is doing well for him. Boy, some of the old school guys would really appreciate this, wouldn't they, Teddy? Just great upper body movement, so elusive up top.
Yeah, this is an example like they used to say in the old days. He stands right in front of you and you can't hit him in the backside with a handful of bugs down.
Keep it up. Nice work, champ. Nice work. Now keep it up. This guy's never felt a beating like this.
The natural's down on your scorecard, Teddy, but even more problematic than that is just look at him. As we start this 8th round, you see a worn, torn fighter. This is a guy who just doesn't appear to have much left in the gas tank.
Well, it's time for a pep talk. It's time for a little, you know, man-to-man talk in the corner right now. For the trainer to ask him a question point blank. Do you want to be a future champion? You came to me. You asked me to make you a fighter. I didn't come to you. Now act like one.
That was off the mark. Good-looking two-punch combination there. 90 seconds to go, halfway through round 8. Able to land with the right. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Good job staying away from the danger there. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. This is really good work here. Kind of like a boxing 101, and it's paying off Popping off that jab. He's staying at a safe, longer range here, and he's controlling this fight.
Yeah, he's controlling real estate. Matter of fact, he looks like a real estate broker to me. He's charging a lot of money for ground right there. Every inch, every that his opponent tries to come in, he doesn't charge him $10, $20, $30. He charges them 3, 4, 5 punches.
Not able to land the uppercut. 10 seconds to go in this round. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this, I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? Some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're going to have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is going to wind up not standing at the end.
And there he countered back against his opponent. Both men digging in with uppercuts. He throws a big wide punch and leaves himself wide open.
Well, it's like leaving your window open in your house in the middle of winter. You know, a lot of cold air is going to come in. Guess what? Some hooks are coming in soon.
A little head hunting with the right. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Wow! He was just bulldozed right there. One punch knockout power ends this fight. This fight was just meandering along.
Slap him, man. They was trying to let him come back.
One solid punch ends it.
Well, it gets us going, it gets the crowd going, and it's great for the sport.
They was trying to let him win.
Fans.
You need to get the fuck out of my business, nigga. Hey, man. That's what you need to do. Cause I'm getting tired you keep telling what the fuck I'm doing every time I'm doing something. Cause I'm not finna fake for these peckerwoods. Get out of my business. Okay? Okay? Get out of my business, man.
Everybody, glad you've made the decision to be with us. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore, and we're glad to be bringing you action and welcoming you to the New York Arena in Midtown Manhattan. Our main event should be a good one tonight. 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. Each man comes into this fight supremely confident, expecting to deliver a W. He's making his way to the ring. You wouldn't know he's about to step into a fight. He looks like he's just out for a stroll. Evil Ways has got his eye on the prize. He has... When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number 1. There's that southpaw jab in the left hand. Able to dismiss it. flush overhand right. And now he's targeting upstairs. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the head shot. Evil Ways is putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. Showing you some defense there with the block. Able to time that left hand and score with it. Comes with the right. We're seeing a lot of work to the body here early on by him. Teddy, is that a certain mentality, these guys that commit to being a body puncher?
Yeah, because they understand that the body punching, you know, that's not something that's glorious. That's not something that, you know, like a great left hook on the chin, bang, it gets results right away. They understand that that's something that pays off later. And something you got to start early and stay with.
Forceful jab by Evil Ways. Huge right hand comes crashing home. Oh, he's hurt right there. He is hurt.
So in this kind of situation,
See, that's how he needed for me to come to him. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that. They can't do nothing without me if I'm not moving my head. If I'm moving my head and they're coming forward, I'm tripping.
Down he goes. Now up he gets.
I'm gonna watch out for that though. Hell no.
he's gonna have to grab on, kill a little time.
Blocks a shot and then lands an uppercut of his own. Round comes to an end. We saw the knockdown there in that round. A little bit of a momentum gainer.
Yeah, obviously it gives you confidence, but you know what? It can also be a momentum killer, believe it or not.
So,
Joe, I've had guys where the worst thing that happened to them in a fight was when they scored the knockdown because they thought it was just going to keep happening. And they thought about only the punch they landed, not how they set it up. So they got away from the game plan.
Finish with the hook.
Teddy, what's the one thing that shows you a fighter like this is recovered? That a guy who was just knocked down in the last round now comes out to the next round and is fine.
Well, the first thing I look at is, does he behave the way that he normally behaves? You know, is he a guy that all of a sudden starts running at his opponent and that's not his kind of style? That tells me he's still hurt. That tells me he's still a little drunk.
And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. A very crisp combination by Evil Ways. Body shot lands. It was the right. As basic as can be, but it works. A jab followed by the straight. That worked out really well. Throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Evil Ways, his defense is now serving him well. Nice job blocking that punch. End of the round.
Listen.
Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and the punch stats that you see will show you all you need to know there. He was the busier man, thus he's winning.
He is the busier man. But, you know what it doesn't show you is the impact of the punches. And that's very important. His opponent started to land some heavier shots as the round ended.
Evil Ways is doing well here with that two-punch combination. Nice block by Evil Ways. Gets him with the right hand. Blocks the headshot. How about that? Another right hand. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Up top with the right hand. Halfway through this round.
Good job, boy. Good job.
A good block. Really good work right there, landing the 2 punches in sequence by Evil Ways. Parries that punch intended for the head.
You're still not moving enough. Move, move!
Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. And banging away he goes, able to land that power punch.
Trying to force his way in that front door, and he got smacked with that door.
He's given up 2 rounds on Teddy's scorecard as we begin round number 4, but I think he's got a pretty bright future in this fight here, knowing that he's gotten to his man.
Yeah, he knows it, and maybe more importantly,
I want to keep boxing that way too. Because he big, he got power.
More tentative, so it's making his job a little easier.
Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go. Oh no, actually, I would say a little counter punching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him.
Oh.
Evil Ways is able to land a good, solid left hand. Nice work, great technique. The combo lands. Halfway through this round here, couldn't hit the elusive target with that straight right. There he is on the inside, doing well. Now committing to that jab, straight hand, and works out. And now he's acting like a fighter, coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. Good work with the combination, putting his punches together, and it's paying off.
Yeah, it is paying off. You know, the first couple didn't get there, but he caught him on the back end.
Hits him in the mug with the right. Nicely timed 1-2. To the belt line he goes with the left hand. Evil Ways, his inconsistencies are really showing up now. At times he has shown defense tonight. Other times, as well as we've seen recently, he's getting hit by the left hand.
Yeah, what he has to do is now make the adjustment.
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score.
Looking good, baby. Looking real good.
With George Foreman, oh wait, so he's trying to counter punch me and be on the outside with power and George Foreman punches? Hold on. Let me examine him. Cause he hit hard.
Come on.
I should have let it go.
Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut. There he brings the jab right hand. That's a fierce left hand that landed by Evil Ways. Accurate hook. Halfway into round number 5 here. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. I like this kind of defense, Ted. I like this kind of guy that just says, go ahead. Think you can try to hit me up top. You can't. Great movement.
Very good movement, very good vision. He sees everything. To do this, you have to be very calm. He's very calm. He's very in control.
Evil Ways is so dangerous with that accuracy.
He gets super cheesy. It's gonna catch up to you though, watch.
Well, mark by Evil Ways.
Oh shit.
Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. Teddy, it just feels like one of those nights, one of those fights where somebody's getting hurt, where this is not going to the judges' scorecards.
I feel like I'm in Coney Island watching one of those hot dog eating contests where somebody's going to try to eat 50 of them, 60 of them. In other words, he's not worried how he's going to feel at the end of the night.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Use the jab.
Keep doing what you're doing. Finish with the hook. Finish with the hook.
Good 1-2 by Evil Ways.
Watch the hook. Watch the hook. Come on.
Evil Ways is missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. There's a right hand. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Evil Ways is going to think about the next time he throws a punch because he just got hit by a good solid counter. Teddy, he's just covering up. That's all he's doing, but it gives his opponent so much time to pick where he isn't.
Yeah, you're right. So, I mean, first of all, some of them are going to get through and some of them will watch it. They're getting through. You just touched on it. I mean, you cover up, you tell your opponent, hey,
You know you could.
I'm not throwing back. So, instead of throwing 1 or 2 at you, he's throwing combinations of 3, 4, 5. You got a problem.
Watch the hook.
He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own.
Keep working that jab, baby. Good job. Let's move. Watch the hook. Watch the hook. Come on.
Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. Evil Ways' combination punching is working well here. There is hardly a doubt as to what this result will be. I know anything can happen, but all that's happened all night long is one guy punishing the other.
Well, it looks like Kobe Bryant on a good night when that basket is 20 feet big. I mean, he just can't miss.
Commits to the overhand right, and it serves him well.
Bitch.
Evil Ways is tagged. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Evil Ways is not having this fight where he needs it to be. Teddy.
Yeah, inside harder.
He's an inside fighter.
He's trash.
You know what?
You fucking bomb.
He can't win on the outside. We've seen that already. His opponent has longer arms. He's just quick. He's better on the outside. He cannot get inside, and then he can't win it inside. Well, he can't win this fight.
Now you can start to see a nosebleed, and that's not a big concern now. What is a big concern is the effect that it potentially can have in the later rounds. See how he targets that hook? That was not well targeted by Evil Ways.
More punches.
Up and down. Side to side.
And now he scores well with a straight right.
1, 2. Keep working. Keep working.
Evil Ways is the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches.
Circle. Move, move, move.
That was a miss by Evil Ways.
Keep working the ball.
That's a well-placed counter.
Oh.
It was the overhand right after he blocked his opponent's effort.
Keep your distance, all right? We got it. Don't let him breathe. He's hurt. Get him in this round. Come on.
I wonder if there's an answer to change this, Teddy. Here we are in round number 8, and it has become a one-sided fight as he has strung round after round together.
You know, that's the right question, Joe, but you got to ask it to the right guy. Not to the guy who's winning. He's going to keep doing it. Why would he change it? The opponent needs to be asked that question. Do you want to change this?
Head movement.
was intended to the head. He's got that certain something that's a well-acquired skill in this craft of boxing, and that is superb defense, and it's on target tonight.
It is. The old timers would say, you know, that's the hard thing, is to learn defense. You know, the easy part, the fun part is letting your hands go. So he's got the hard part down. Guess what? He's enjoying the fun part right now because...
A little something of his own, blocks a shot, brings back the uppercut. You see how quickly he pulls the trigger on the hook after that block. Quick snapping hook, and it does damage.
Hook off the jab. Hook off. You need to keep your head moving.
Zones in on that overhand right. He just missed that shot up top. Look at that combination by Evil Ways. Nice, sharp, fundamentally sound hook right there, and it served him well.
Come on, kid. Focus.
Last 10 seconds of the 8th round. Once again to the head. Well, you can just mark down another round for him there with this accurate, precise punching. How does his opponent escape?
You got to use feints. You know, feints is really the Achilles heel to timing. I mean, you feint him and you throw his timing off. You let him think something's coming, guess what? It's not coming.
Teddy, it is such a gift that he has right here. We're seeing such a technically sound defensive fighter.
Yeah, we are. You know, the old-time fans would say, Teddy, he's doing the hard part. And that is the hard part, making the guy miss. Now he has to start doing the fun part, hitting him.
Straight right was lined up, but he missed. Evil Ways is able to land a nice, clean left hand. The old-timers will love that right there. The right hand and the left hook to the head. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs.
Keep moving. Move.
Targets his opponent after blocking a shot. There's that right hand he scores with. Took a shot, now he gives the left.
Mm.
Good looking jab there.
Oh.
Well, we know he survived earlier, but now he goes down for a second time.
I thought I got caught with that hard ass straight. I couldn't survive it.
He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
1, 2, big. 1, 2. Keep him popping. Keep him popping.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. What do you look for here out of the referee? What should he be looking for so that he knows, hey, listen, it's time to stop this fight because it's gotten so bad?
Well, first of all, he's looking at where the blood is flowing from. It's above the eyes, so it's going down. It's impairing the vision. So that's going to get the referee's attention, and he's going to eventually bring the doctor up into the corner.
Evil Ways is scoring with that right hand. Took a shot, now he gives the left. He gets off with a combination up top. Evil Ways is in a cycle right now that's not paying off for him. He has been busy. Yes, he's committed to trying to be on the attack, but not enough of these punches are landing.
Now, I would not call this guy in, from what I've seen, to paint my house. Because, I mean, this guy looks like he paints graffiti boards. I mean, he's just throwing stuff in there, like you said. And it's just, it's not making the picture you want to see. It's not accurate. It's not effective.
Look at that! The hook came home with ease. Not able to land the headshot. two-punch combo by Evil Wade. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Very accurate two-punch combo by Evil Wade. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Putting his punches together, landing two shots there.
Let's go.
From start to finish, it was utter domination.
This was an easy one to score, Joe.
As for that expected outcome, we send it up to the ring to hear from the judges. Listen, he was the better fighter. He was the busier fighter. He's the fighter that absolutely deserves to have that unanimous decision go the way it did.
And you never like to say this, I say it in jest, but this is one where you could have made up the scorecards before the fight. Unfortunately, sometimes these judges...
Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas welcoming you to the Mexico City Plaza here in Mexico City for tonight's main event. 10 rounds of heavyweight action. A lot of talk heading into tonight's matchup. Everybody expecting this to be a great night of action.
Dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
All the talk, all the hype, now the fight. Round one, scheduled for 10. Lands flush with the two-punch combo by the professional. The professional's doing exactly what you should to be a strong defensive fighter. You got to block those punches away. Clean shot with the right. Good way to protect the midsection. Commits to the straight right. Committing to the combo now. Both land. He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Blocks that punch. Austin swinging and missing like he's at bat right there. That punch was nowhere near his opponent. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it. He got hit, but he sends it right back. The professionals showing you what it takes to be the best in this business. Good, crisp combos. Scored well upstairs with the right hand. Phenomenal pace being set here. They are burning it up early on.
Let's find out who's in better shape. We're going to see.
All right, let's talk a little strategy, a little nose here, Teddy. We got a counter puncher on one side, and on the other side, we got a guy who likes to stay on the outside, likes to box, utilize that jab, get in and out, show some movement.
I give the edge to the boxer right now because he's got control of his destiny a little bit more than the counter puncher. He has more to say in this courtroom, so to speak, and sometimes that ring could be a lot of arguing going on. Because the boxer can stay on the outside and use his reach and not give the counter puncher anything to counter. Keep a range where he can
That lag ugly.
and not get close enough where he's giving anything to the countering guy. And the counter puncher now has to come out of his identity a little bit. Do something he's not comfortable with. He's got to come forward.
The professional's right hand.
He just want the fight come to him, but he don't know I'm outside fighter.
Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. And looking up at these corners, you can see the cutman obviously getting to work as they do after every round. What makes a great cutman?
Well, he's got to have the right medicines, the right coagulants to stop that. Usually Avitine, thrombin, adrenaline. But the most important thing, Joe, is he has to be calm. He has to be able to identify where that cut is. Maybe there's more than one cut. So you got to be calm enough to see the whole picture, the whole landscape. Clean it off, put pressure on it, get that medicine in there, keep your fighter from getting excited. And then you need a fighter who's going to get on his heels a little bit, give the medicine a chance to work.
The professional's impressing the judges and himself with that right hand. And now committing to that midsection as the target with the combination punching. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Good step back punch there. And now they're trading blows. Well placed right hands from both men. Gotta be accurate to send the combination to the body, and he does that. A headshot block. This is just beautiful to watch. Watch how he just links one to the next, Teddy. A beautiful sequence, almost like musical notes being played.
Well, exactly. It's a nice tune because it just follows. One, as you said, follows the other. Nice and smooth.
Well done that time, landing the counter punch.
There's no need to be on the inside, Jack. Come on.
Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. And he returns on that exchange. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Good looking right hand after he got hit. Austin's on the receiving end of a very good counter punch. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
The professional's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him. Nice combination, throwing more than one. Both scored there. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Very accurate work with the hook there after fine defense. Austin showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo. The professional's almost looking foolish that time. He's so bad. Austin's now ways to defend. One of them is the block. He did it there well. Right back to the gut. Able to cover up along the belt line. Blocks that one. There's a